Let's hop back in, see what we can remember. I know we're over on the other side of the coast now. Misa, I really need you to lay down, buddy. You really like to take a long time to figure out where you're gonna lay down, even though it's a lap. There's kind of one spot.
More than twice your height stands.
Look at it. Quit biting stuff. What have we not seen over here? You know, I think I have my badge back now, right? Still missing the gun, but I have the badge, which means I think I want to talk to... Didn't Cindy the Skull want to see my badge? Is to plan his method of attack. That's probably what it is. If she didn't, I know the lady on the boat did, or I'm pretty sure she did.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
Gonna be someone on the other side again.
You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Wait, it really sounded like he said inoperable, which is the opposite of operable, right? Sure.
Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this?
No.
End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
Yeah, it's me.
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
What kind of pets did you have?
Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's...
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects.
Did she just get swept away in the
You get
ocean?
a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
Oh, I could dial it. That's a different random number. Okay, let's do that.
Calling.
Pierre would have known. Doesn't sound like Pierre paid much attention anyway. Man, I cannot find the right spot today. All right.
Still calling. Again? Seriously? Someone with a masculine voice picks up.
Hello, Gerard speaking.
All right. See you, Gerard. Just wanted to hear who it was. It was Gerard. Is this the big building with the guy who's talking to his son about it?
The
Again.
remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years. Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase.
Some MC Hammer pants.
Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase.
What about the lieutenant?
I won't even try. I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
Oh.
This partner of his, Eyes, things didn't end well. It saddens him to say his name. Don't even ask. He wouldn't answer. Maybe some other small talk.
Can you still shoot?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
For a cop, that means 7 of the 10 people that you shoot have to be guilty. But they're also flexible. How was the weekend? Weekend was good. Pretty busy. Concert on Friday. I forget what we did on Saturday. Sunday, we went to a brewery's anniversary party. That was fun. Except I the concert on Friday, there was there's two venues like really close to each other in Madison. One's bigger, one's smaller, but the smaller one already has shit parking, and then the bigger one has a ramp. But it's already it's kind of far from the smaller venue, which is where I was going. And I knew the parking down there was going to be rough, so I decided, well, my buddy's going down separately. He has to pass my house on his way home. I just had Night Taco drop me off. And then I'd get a ride back with my friend. Which also meant that I didn't have to worry about how much I was drinking, because I wasn't going to be driving. But I still should have worried about how much I was drinking, because I drank more than I realized, and then I came home and like slipped down the stairs and hurt my back. So that was fun. Now I have a bruise.
The smell. It's awful and familiar. It doesn't help. You can still smell it.
You say old man Hank? See, I was impressed with how resilient I still am. But yeah, you can think about it that way, I suppose.
Keep it in now. Don't overreact. Breathe. Don't
What
you
is it?
recognize it? That hideous pungency, that faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that.
Your mom smells like that.
Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach.
Fell out of bed. No, it was I went upstairs to go to bed, and then I went
Lieutenant
downstairs to
has
get the
already
cat.
brought a handkerchief
And on
to
the way
his
down,
nose.
I missed a step or something. Dude, there's not a good angle. Cameras today, either too low or too high. Whatever. There we go. Hey, Ducky. Lieutenant had already brought a handkerchief to his
Eyes up,
nose.
detective. Something's not right here.
Is that a dead body? You look dead.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
Dude, I haven't even solved the last dead body.
Half of
I
his
don't know.
body has slipped between the cracks.
This one seems easier, though.
Starting with the right
Was
leg.
drunk, slipped,
The
fell, got
fall
trapped, froze
has
to
left
death.
him broken, contorted like a sad puppet.
Yeah.
The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Even in the cold? Seems like it would have had to be there for a while.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Right.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Close.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
Well, at least he had a delicious meal.
The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made. A cool leather jacket with a bolt of blue? Oh no. This sounds terribly familiar.
Oh. This is the cryptozoologist, isn't it? Or no, this is the,
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under
Okay,
your
I know who
hand.
this is.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3
A
bottles
liter?
of wine or 1.5 of spirits. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all.
Damn. Wisconsin.
He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last.
The vibe feels European, but I don't know what the place is based on. Eastern European, okay, yeah. It's kind of how I was feeling.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
So, obviously, it's this guy. The working class husband. Didn't she say she like made him the jacket and she tried to throw it away, but he wouldn't let her? And how about the head?
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head.
The devs are from Estonia. Oh.
Wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
Just the one at the back
Seems
of the head.
like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
They
Floorboards?
screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet.
Bottle.
0.75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear all around us. I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
Of course. Well, I don't have to pay for what I'm...
It feels disrespectful.
I don't have to pay for my place of lodging anymore. Chewing gum.
Lebowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape.
Went spearmint
from the
over
terror of the
peppermint?
fall.
Crazy. That's probably really why he died. All the spearmint. Look
The
in.
blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
Spearmint overdosing is an epidemic.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
What do you think
Yes, by
happened? It's
misadventure.
pretty obvious.
He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the parks. It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body. Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
I think it's the lady's husband.
Working-class man with a bottle in his hand. Don't deceive yourself. You know who this is.
The woman you met at the book stand? Why do you think it's her husband?
The jacket.
Bright blue lining? Well, he's definitely someone's husband.
What should we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see 2 options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
What about a field
A field
autopsy?
autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work.
Yeah.
Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest.
I don't think it would take very long. Let's take
All
it.
right. We should first examine
Destroy the
library
hotel room
cards we
again.
found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
A man lies on the board.
Let's take a look at these glasses. Nausea-inducing hell glasses. Here we go. Library card.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned.
Well, at least you got to return the book.
Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too. If lost, please return the card to the library.
Sorry that I
Dial
disturbed you, cat.
005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Alright. We're learning some stuff.
Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center. You're at home, stupid cop. Not with the art crowd. You hate them. Everyone hates them. Even they hate themselves. It's nauseating. An industry built on sprezzatura and sparkling wine. And, let's be honest, tax evasion schemes. The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center is the heart of this unholy symbiosis of aesthetics and tax optimization. And now that you've internalized it, you can have a piece too.
What do I get? -2 to suggestion because I'm a pretentious wanker now. Dang. I want to be a pretentious wanker. Let's unlock that one and do another one. I gotta know about the finger pistols, man. I gotta know. Now, tasty fermentation. Alright, have we seen everything there is to see now? Would you... I'm just kind of curious where he's going to go, so I'm just going to put the controller down and see what happens. Don't know why you went over there, but whatever. Take the 62 cents.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
It smells bad. I'm not going to touch it right
It's
away.
streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
Why not?
It's a guano-encrusted jacket, and you're already carrying around enough as it is.
Ouch, Kim. Suddenly so sassy for her. Hey, you know what? That might be the cryptozoologist over there. Looks like he's setting some traps. Catch imaginary animals. Why does the sound keep cutting out? It's doing some weird thing. You a cryptozoologist by chance?
Here we go.
Yep.
Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
What is that voice? Sounds familiar.
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
He sounds like Dr. Nick from The Simpsons.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Lena sent me.
Hey, of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the A81.
I'm gonna go ahead and withhold the whole story. Hey, good morning, Ronnie.
Good. We should really be getting back. Gary could use a hot shower and a warm bed.
Did he say we can go back now?
Hi, everybody.
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
All right.
Sir, your wife is waiting
Brad.
for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we go in.
Fuck is a phasmid? Tell me about the phasmid.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps
Tends to be
for it.
difficult to find made-up animals. What makes it so difficult?
Good question. Being a phasmid of the order
A ghost insect.
Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there?
Uh-huh.
And I suspect it may have also developed other specialized techniques
Some weird overlap on
to
the text
protect
there.
itself from predators or scientists in our present case.
What have you discovered about it so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
No one's ever found one.
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real. By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
What would it be like to grasp and hold onto something you think is next to you, or just behind you, like a trace of vapor you exhaled one spring morning as a child? This is what he's searching for, a spectre.
What makes you think it's in Martinez?
There was a credible sighting here recently. A pair of teenagers described a creature that matched the Insulindian phasmid to an uncanny degree, despite not knowing what it was themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first credible
Gertz.
sighting in several decades. Admittedly, It's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Maybe it died out.
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient.
And made
After
up.
all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis. Yes, the females don't need males to reproduce.
A lot of details about a
Makes
fake animal.
It easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions.
You got your first haircut in 3 years. Nice. The longest I've gone is just over a year. That's pretty clever.
Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect.
Ugh.
That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate.
There's nothing dispassionate about the way he talks about the insect.
Tell me about the traps.
They may not look
A
impressive,
scientist?
but Lena designed them quite cleverly. So
Oh,
I'm
Lena
sure they'll
designed
do
them.
the trick. Yes.
Oh, there's nothing beyond that. How do they work?
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can't get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
What do you use as bait?
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm.
What will you do if they don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought. Yes. What?
Venus seems eager.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we've finished with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
He does sound like
And leave
Dr.
the
Nick.
traps? Absolutely not.
Come on. She wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out
Reed
soon.
crabs.
Won't let Lena down. Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the phasmid somehow.
I didn't know it was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious phasmid.
Of course.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
We go to warm up and check them later?
No.
Oh my
The
god.
traps need to be monitored on a regular
It's not even
schedule.
that far, man.
We do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel.
He's dead set on this.
What if we check? Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. How'd you become a cryptozoologist?
I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
You ever discovered one?
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name.
How many have been
Cryptid.
found? I mean, once it's found, isn't it like no longer a cryptid?
of the
That's
list
just
of
a bug that
cryptids
exists?
kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemney, which is 4,082 items long. About 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes.
That doesn't answer my question.
2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries.
Okay, there we go.
The rest are in differing stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection.
Only 2 have proven to be real.
Yes, the Chateau Quan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Grad, who is, honestly, quite unremarkable.
Quite
It's in a
unremarkable.
zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves, more so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching.
Let's just go along with it.
Indeed. If our expedition is successful, every paper in the world will report on it. From Revachol to Dushantu. It will be a zoological miracle.
I don't think anybody's going to report on it.
The hair on your arms stand up. Electricity. Sounds like reeds hissing.
Yes?
I don't want to come back and check the traps. Got shit to do.
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Detective work are very similar,
Yes,
sure.
Indeed. Both require a great deal of research, attention
What's it
to
gonna hurt?
detail,
I could
and,
just not show
above
up.
all, persistence.
What do I do if there's a
Bring it to
phasmid?
me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight. There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this
Oh my God,
little
there's more?
peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near.
Very what
Another
now?
we set
Oh,
in
near.
Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church.
No idea where that
The
is.
third is set near the canal, where you
Okay.
crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them, you should check at least one of those before.
Yeah, the old lady
returning
was
to this
nice.
one. Since I just said it, this one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture?
Aren't you having fun?
Even relative to examining a week-old corpse, I'm not sure mucking about in the reeds qualifies as fun. But have it your way, detective.
If you think it's important, you have been right before.
What if I encounter the phasmid in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed.
Great. I smell like bug sex.
It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
I don't want
Your
that.
choice. As I said, the chances of you encountering the phasmid are next to 0.
But you feel you should have it on you. Something bad might happen. Don't mess around. Take the pheromone. It'll make you sexier.
Okay.
This is the smell of dying reeds, of longing crumbling into the water.
I hope you're not buying this. It dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
All right, I'm ready.
Which means you two can pack up and go back to the boiling.
Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted and in need of assistance.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later too. But what if the information is vital? On the hunt.
Specific cryptids.
All right. What cryptids precisely? I usually discuss these things with specialists.
We would have to discuss. He wants to say, but decides against it, since you've offered to help.
Just tell me about a cool cryptid.
No offense, officer, but I'm not much of a pedagogue. I don't...
Fine.
I'm not a people by all means.
Yeah. Is Eldavania?
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water.
What's this about?
Nothing. Just a hunch.
Okay. I guess there's not anything interesting there. Oh yeah, I should talk to the Dr. Nick guy.
Hello, I'm Gary. Very generous of you. Yellow Man. I mean, officer.
Dude!
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook.
I'm just
Fuck
waiting
was that
for my
about?
friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here. Oh, I've been tempted. But someone has to stay strong for Revocol.
Someone, sure.
He pronounces Revocol with a hard K, unlike other people. Serious question time. This man is no innocent. No one is.
Let's see how racist he is.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sail. I meant no offense, truly.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next races will be a really good one?
Yeah.
Well, this is that racist.
Are you, Gary? Are you a racist?
Hey, man, all I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact.
The native of Revachol. Oh, sorry,
yes.
Revachol.
Of course he is. I was just speaking about his connection.
Just make him really uncomfortable. All right, you said
I
Revachol.
like to pronounce it the hard way. The old way.
Oh, boy.
The Vespertine way.
People praising the old ways are always...
He winks at you, trying to
Great
relay some
people.
hidden message, inviting you to mispronounce it too, perhaps. It's odd.
I don't like this guy. Do you know anything about the man hanged behind the whirling in rags? That's a good question.
So that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great. Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that.
So you do know something about it?
No. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That's all.
He's not feeling very comfy in his clothes, is he? Strange.
Are you a cryptozoologist?
No. I
Hey,
help
Archie.
Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
What does he do then? This feels like a good opportunity to dominate him.
What do you do?
Oh, this and that.
Sounds shady.
Officer, I would never. I
Uh-huh.
work as a special courier. You know, urgent deliveries, overnight deliveries, deliveries to out-of-the-way locations.
What kinds of things?
Oh, I don't know the contents, officer. Part of my job is discretion.
How convenient.
He's trying too hard to seem untroubled by your question. The rigidity in his posture gives him away.
Drugs?
No, no. That's far too dangerous.
Guns?
No, nothing like that. I leave that to companies with hundreds of years of tradition in arms.
Letters of the secret mistresses of corporate and government officials?
What do I look like? A pansy?
Uh-huh.
You're a simple cop asking a simple question. He can't beat around the bush.
You will be if you keep evading questions.
Okay, fine. You got me. I'm a special topping pie delivery courier.
So you're a top.
You heard me. I deliver topping pies. It's temporary. I'm looking for another job. Not many jobs for good men out there these days.
Why would you get one of those?
They're wheat-free and vegan and huge. That's basically it. I'm a pie delivery man.
I'm satisfied. Are you satisfied? Because I am.
Okay. Topping pies? His trash. Hey, there's one of them.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks behind you, the ruins of a residential building. When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for drunks and adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Of course
Big
not.
surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
You set the
Oh, is this as far as I can go over here? Seems like it. Okay. Oh my god. There we go. So I guess it seems like we've explored most, if not all, of this area. Probably time to head back. Let's see where wait, the one he just set up in the camp? What's this place? Building that I just walked past? I don't know. Which one that I just below me there?
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened
I'll
in
check.
a long while. You see a handle.
What is it?
It's military, a service depot of some sort. The washerwoman mentioned a depot at the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
That's a red check. Eh.
You rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door with all your weight.
Whatever,
It does
door.
not budge. Yes, better that way. You can't.
Whatever. Wait, the church? Wasn't one of the... I think one of the traps was near the church. Thanks, Endless Revolt. Is that... Can you get over there? The hell's this guy? Bring cheer into the world. Stacking rocks?
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric.
Soothing
covering a
narrator
pile of
voice.
stuff.
The narrator's
flap
very good.
is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
That's Sid Vicious?
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Okay. Have a good one, Cup of Newts.
Sorry, we barely have room for
Have a good one, Val.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
Fair.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Sweat and laundry detergent. Nasal spray? Okay. What do you guys want to chat about?
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and
Music
warm.
slaps.
He's
So I
trying
have,
to project and
I think that
inspire
it's still,
confidence.
we could check, but yeah, I have streamer mode enabled, which, they say is for copyright music. Every time I upload one of these, a Disco Elysium video to YouTube, I get a copyright claim on it. So I don't know what the hell streamer mode is doing, but
This is my posse, Noid,
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
and Egghead. Egg!
egg. Can I offer you an egg in these trying
Together
times?
with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation. We like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
How many music venues have you
We
organized?
have many
It's
in the
important.
pipeline, officer.
Many in the pipeline. Great. Why are you
See,
here?
We've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Uh-huh.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Was there something you wanted?
Yeah, it's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property.
Oh,
I bet
the
you've noticed
church?
the derelict hive of Narcomania on the coast. I'm talking about the church. And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dope heads. Burnouts.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that. The world.
The world.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
What kind?
The spooky kind.
What do you mean
I
by
was hoping
spooky?
you'd be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll make up my mind later.
All right, man.
Did you put the padlock on the
Yes.
door?
I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work,
Great.
but it should hold for a while.
I need the key.
Of course.
Only if he promises to look into the spookers in the church.
Officer, I apologise. Noid doesn't always understand the joy of giving for the sake of giving. I think it may have something to do with his childhood.
Just give me the damn key.
Brilliant! Noid, the key!
All right.
It's as if time has frozen somehow. You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Blam! Straight in the eye. A stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably.
Man, I'm super sorry. That was totally my bad. I got overexcited. Threw him too hard. I'm sorry.
He looks like he's genuinely sorry. He didn't throw them better.
You almost eye murdered me.
I really am sorry, man.
Wow, looks like there's quite a lot there.
Now, where were
Okay.
we? Why does he have a lot of money?
He is shifting in his spot, uncomfortably, still feeling sorry for the mishap.
We were talking about the padlock, I think.
How long have they been locked in
Not
there?
long. Like a week,
A
maybe?
fucking week?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
That's not good enough.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I guess it wasn't.
Me too. I shouldn't have that kind of power over another.
Sure,
Yeah.
man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
A tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
He
Nah.
nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Yes. What?
Reeks of sweat.
Does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
I also smell ether.
Ether? I don't smell ether.
No,
He sniffs the air. A shrug is good enough for us. Why say it when you can shrug it?
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah, yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's distilled too.
Oh. It's the one they sell at the fuel station.
What's with all the nose of
The
fed?
what now? Oh, the old Ultra. I have a major sinus infection.
Major,
Stuffy
yeah.
nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
Sound fine.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
Yes. What?
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Something isn't quite as I've been told. I think a lot isn't quite as I've been told.
Okay, so
I mean,
the speed
obviously.
freaks want us. The gist of it is they want to turn the church into a club, but a suspicious element has overtaken the building. It's very important to understand what the gist of things is. Always consult the gist before making up your mind. This is going well. Plus, and it has to be considered, You can't invent the future of dance music in this smelly old tent. Imagine if you had the church. That's
Oh, sorry. Moved too much. Imagine if you had the church. That settles it. Analysis complete. Their story checks out. Sure. Who are the people
Truth
inside?
is, I don't really know.
Great.
None of us do. I don't even know how many there are.
You haven't even
All we
seen them and
see
you
are
want the police
glimpses.
involved.
Well, there's also the machinery.
This machine is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
What?
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
The feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
Could that be some kind of cryptid?
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough. But that was something greater.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church a couple of times, and we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
Tell me about the machinery.
I'm annoyed about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them.
Of
Probably
course.
jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner. Look behind it.
Snuff station.
He's like one of those rich boy private radio stations where you can listen to people getting killed on, then jerk off to it. Sick shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we would know anything about that. Noid just likes to relay stuff. We're
Of course
getting
he does.
derailed here. In short, you can tell to Noid about the machines. He'll tell you more.
How can you be sure about the burnouts and dope
Well,
heads?
honestly, I can't. But I am.
But you shouldn't be.
Why not? Let's go with that.
I'm 70% sure they're substance users. Don't let the technology fool you. Sure. What?
That's it for now.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
Finger pistol, 9mm. Snap, snap, baby. Turns out guns aren't that much for protecting as they are for attacking people. If you want to protect people, really work for them, you have to whip out your signature dual 9mm Villiers finger pistols. Who needs real guns anyway? That conversation you just had? It would have gone better had you snapped those bad boys at them. Note, 9mm dual finger pistols do not count for an actual weapon in a...
Okay. Empty hand slots give suggestion +1. All right.
Wow, so someone's been a little boring. Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown.
Least
No
of my
need to be
concerns.
defensive. Of course you do. And maybe some black shoes or a pristine white shirt to go with that. It's official. My lord's copper type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know.
Sure.
Done and done. No. A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player.
Looks like he has no
nodding
hair.
along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says,
The lore, there was I mean, there's so much shit going on. And at the same time, not really much at all. there was a murder. I'm a cop. Lost his memory. Investigating the murder, and then now we've stumbled on another body.
As though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secrets.
Hardcore!
One group has there's like a labor dispute between the union and I guess other dock workers. who's the second party there? Like, I guess just the company that they're working for. And it was some of the union members that claim to have done it, but it seems like there's more to it than that. Hardcore, is it?
Hardcore!
Totally hardcore. You're just gonna keep saying that.
Skipper danger.
Your
Nice.
training did not. Could there have been a right way out of this garden?
No, I don't think so.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss
Logistics company. There we go. Wild Pines.
Good.
Yeah.
It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
Sign.
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting. It's not.
Suck at socialising, man.
I can
Even
tell.
now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
All right. What about the sticker?
The sticker? You mean the yellow one?
I did do a
Can you
flying roundhouse
describe
kick
it
to
to
knock
me?
out a 7-foot racist. Yeah, that was good. Why describe it if you already don't know
So
what I
can
mean?
hear you do it. Sometimes the outside gaze helps us reflect on things.
Noid, don't bother our guests with your games.
Piss off, Andre. Me,
You shouldn't talk like that.
I don't like these guys.
But first, I think you should know that
Yo,
I'm
Ronnie.
Oh, I forgot to subscribe using my Amazon Twitch Prime. Here's
Using your
actual
Prime
money
Gaming?
instead.
Ronnie, thank you very much for the 27 months. Thank you. I don't
Cool.
mind a little foul
the man
language.
on foulness. That's the moralist plot to alienate us from our bodily
Up
functions.
yours,
and
woke
control us
moralists.
equally. Anyhow, what was the sticker like? Good,
Here we
good.
go.
What did you want to know? Yes,
Was I right?
You're the 23rd person to
Right.
get it right, and I've asked 23 people. Looks like it's a dead guy smiling to the entire human race.
Okay, what does it
We
mean?
defeated history. We are living in the age of history. The
I am
present moment, or maybe
So
he's
bored of
not.
talking to this
Or
guy.
trouble in his
I'm
mind.
so
Come to think of it,
yeah.
he blinks, waiting for the next.
I guess
Okay.
one could write an entire treatise on the
Tell me
thing.
about the
Weird
machines.
stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up samurai. Most of it doesn't. Sonic powers.
I just really don't want to talk to him anymore. I was done. Okay, let's go up to the church and possibly let the people out. Wait, can I knock this down?
A pane of Eternite has been barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute.
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Nice.
Heavy wooden doors, more than the
Open
lock
the padlock.
turns easy.
Let's go.
A great whoosh up in the heart.
Wow. Wait, the mural. Strange stillness. You should walk, not run. Well, I can't really. I'm not gonna sit here and carefully tilt the analog stick like some kind of animal. Grotesque wooden figure. Bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent. And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums. You can hardly hear your own breathing.
What the hell's going on in here? Stomp your
You
feet.
could use a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even
Alright, I guess I have to do both.
total, somehow.
Yell.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving.
What's going
the
on?
lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Yo, Ronnie, thank you for the gift sub to Endless Revolts. Why was there no alert there? What's going on? Hang on. Can I like refresh? Okay, that'll probably show up in like 5 minutes. Well, thank you very much. Very kind of you.
Can you hear anything?
Almost nothing.
The church just has strange acoustics, some engineering trick.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is. The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tense up next to you.
Happy Monday. Look up into the bell
The
tower.
orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Alright, I'm due for a win here. Sweet. So quiet.
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows. It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Officer, is there something up there?
Oh no, you've lost sight of it. Where did it go? Yes, the darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away. You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes.
What the fuck?
Maybe it's possible to talk to it. The shadow is a man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently.
Who's there?
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
Right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already.
Oh, hell no.
Shish.
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
Oh, I'm very in touch with my suffering.
Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc El Vino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber
Suddenly
is
Kim
saying.
thinks he's a genius.
Look at these crazies. What is this shit?
Unlicensed occupation. For some reason I feel like you have a point there.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
This Mother of Silence sounds like a serious player. You might want to be careful until you find out what you're dealing with.
Just climb down from the
Sure
tower?
did, Holmes.
Are you human?
I am. At least in part, Holmes. Into the mother's love burns away the cruel distinctions of the body.
So like you're not from around
Haven't
here.
you ever met a Mex before? Cabron. Surprising number of us around Rabashaw.
Such diversity is a boon to the economy.
Not sure I'm contributing to the economy none, Holmes.
Are you a boyadero?
A boyadero? No, Holmes. I don't go in for that kind of thing.
I don't know what that is.
It's all about surrendering to the mother.
I think they used that word like hours ago in this game. I forgot what it means.
Glad you're feeling more comfortable. First timers are always nervous.
The
Other
sinewy figure
questions?
lingers on the wooden beams.
What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Who is the mother of silence?
Oh, that's no simple question, Essa. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
His adoration is beyond sexual. This cavity is something that no human form has.
What will happen once you drink from this perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed.
Oh boy.
Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
Sure you didn't just switch one drug
It's
for another?
not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Guess you have a
I
point.
know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
What are you doing in the church?
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
Singing is good.
I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
How did you find this place?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me.
Other
The
questions?
sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
Do you know why the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really, or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Ravers.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them, think they scared of me.
They have a reason to be.
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
Anymore?
Though he used to, a long time ago.
What do you think
Why
about
not? They
Oh.
wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go.
it? Okay, this was a surprisingly
be nice to
easy
have some
conflict to resolve.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
So there is another person?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young.
How young are we talking?
Age is just one of the many
I mean,
masks
why
we
don't
wear.
you have a seat right over there? You don't know where she is?
That's what I said, Holmes.
Great. All right, I'm suddenly a lot. Perception of this guy has changed dramatically all of a sudden. How
Don't
can you
really
not
follow
know
her
that?
comings and goings. Just see her typing on
Different
her computer
interests.
now and then. We got different interests.
How she
I'm
looks.
afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Okay. Hmm.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
A radio computer. And it's turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Yeah, we'll step away for now. Huh. All right, I think I'm gonna save here. Call it here for the day. This is a interesting development. Get a church with a weird guy living in it. I think eventually we'll get back to actually solving a murder, but for now I have to call it and I'm gonna get to work. Does this button still work?
Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Sure does. Oh, I gotta send that to Archie still. Just remembered. You guys have a good day. We'll continue this tomorrow morning.